Hello there, Cancer, and welcome to your timeless oracle messages. I hope you're doing well. And Cancer, my cat Lenny is here, and he has decided to sit on the table for your reading. So, yes, he is here. Also, my other cat Zeus is here, but he's sitting he's sitting behind me. Anyways, okay, Cancer, what Spirit wants you to know when it comes to your situation is start delegating. You may need to be assertive. Ask others, including me, which is Green Terra or Spirit, God, Heaven, the angels. I mean, whatever you believe in, ask for help. Instead of trying to do everything by yourself. Yeah, because you are in the process of learning when not to burn yourself out. You may have already hit your burnout stage. And this is why Spirit is saying it's important to really be in your power and also to know that others do want to help you. You just have to ask. Be willing to say something, okay? Because you have to start delegating. You're making room for something new in your life. And this is why it's so important. All right. Now let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. Live your joy. See, I'm getting 10 of Wands with this. I feel that we've been overloaded with something. Now, the 10 of Wands in Tarot is also associated with fire sign. Now, fire sign and air sign and water sign are coming through. But with that 10 of Wands, it's hard to live your life, right? It's hard to live in joy because we might be spreading ourselves thin. We might be burnt out on a particular project or circumstance, and Spirit is saying it's time to let it go. You have to be in this place of cutting out what doesn't serve you, what's too time consuming, what's taking away from your joy so that you can live your joy. You can reclaim or claim your joy. Thank you, angels, for supporting me as I follow my joy. Now, don't worry whether or not the job is going to get done or, is there going to be enough? There will be. There will be. You're just ready to jump out of a situation to jump into a new one that's going to be uplifting and positive for your mind and your soul. Let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. Oh, look at that. Look at this. You have been working hard. I was talking about the 10 of Wands. That's a card where, yes, we could be burdened, we could be overwhelmed, but you've been putting in the effort. And tens represent completion. So something that you have been doing, oh my goodness, well, you're going to be getting great results. Sweet results await because you've been productive. Now, Spirit doesn't want you to feel that you have to continue doing what you've been doing. You're rising yourself up, you're promoting your own self in life and maybe in your career or business or, whatever you've got going on. But this is because of your productive energy in the past. Live your joy, live now as these blessings, or I should say, live, like your blessings have already come to be. Oh, that's kind of cute. I said, living like your results have come to be, and we got a B. Okay, anyways, I'm just being a little funny. All right, now let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. Oh, you too need to honor your emotions. You might be going through the ebbs and flows of your own emotions, feeling high one moment, maybe low in another. And, I think that's just a normal experience. Now, Spirit is saying, in order to live your joy, you've got to honor all of your emotions, the bad and the good. This is a time where you're retrieving messages and insight from honoring your emotions, so it's okay. Here you are right in your own element. I mean, look at the moon behind this angel. So there's a lot that's being illuminated through maybe a period where you've been overburdened, bogged down, maybe left in the dark. Maybe you've been in the dark. But this light that is always in you will always illuminate what needs to be seen. And right now, what really wants to be seen is, your joy. Something that maybe, you've been hesitating to express. Well, don't. I want to get more too about honor your emotions. We got more water sign. What's important for Cancer to know about this? Archangel Hanel is working with you, supporting you to honor your emotions as they come, right? Because if we don't have time or we're feeling burdened, then how are we going to have time to honor what's coming up? This is why it's so important to put yourself as a priority. Because as you honor your emotions, you're honoring, what I'm seeing is our emotions between you and the heavens. Let's get more about this. What's important for Cancer to know about this? Oh, goodness. This is so good. You're waiting for the right time, so just have patience. In the meantime, all you got to do is start planning, delegating, removing things, right? We don't want to add more, okay? Because you're already going to add more with the sweet results await. And so just like this ballerina, being poised, being confident, and also graceful, knowing that this fishing line will eventually catch the right fish. And we have a heron or, a blue heron right there as a great companion. So in the meantime, look around your own world. Make, nature your companion. Make an animal your companion. Maybe you do. This is why Lenny's here. Lenny's your companion for right now. And you are waiting for the right moment because you don't need to push or force anything. Remember, sweet results await. Remain poised and confident in knowing this, knowing you can live your joy. There may be something here with dancing, just being graceful, right? Being flexible as well. All right, now let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. Boy, Lenny's face is just right there on that card. Live your joy. It's like his face might as well be an arrow. It's almost like, a little arrow right there, but, and of course that's pointing up to the heavens. All right, let's see what else. Oh, okay, confusion. This is that moon energy. Remember, the moon can bring out weird things, right? Now, if you remember as a kid or maybe even as an adult, when the lights are out, our imagination can run wild. A shadow can now become, a nightmare. A shadow becomes a monster, but then you turn the light on and then it's just, some regular old thing just there. So we have to be careful of that. Now, there may be something too where we have to remove distractions. Some of you, this delegating is navigating your distractions. Anything that may be confusing or misleading you. Now, what I see mostly is don't let your imagination run wild where it ruins your peace of mind. You're in control of your own peace, and Spirit is saying don't let, maybe even fantasies or the fantasies of others or something that maybe we don't believe or it's hard to believe become a misleading illusion. This is why it's important to honor what's coming up now, because once you can honor, accept your feelings, then we can start getting clarity. I want more too with this magician energy, the master manipulator, whether it's just the energy or a person. Let's get more about this confusion. Take time. Yeah, you might be confused because you're learning more about yourself. You're learning more about what you can take on and what you don't want to take on, including people. Because sometimes people can just be a drag, and I know that we need people, but we need the right people. Anyhow, some of you may resonate with that, and that doesn't matter. If you don't, I'm just putting it out there. Self-analysis, knowing oneself, and knowing your own identity. Now, there may be a lot going on. There's all kinds of roles that we've had to play, right? Maybe there's just been so much in your life, right? Being a father or mother or a team player, maybe it's something in your neighborhood, your work, whatever it is, whatever roles we have to play at the time. Those are just roles. But Spirit is saying, strip that all away right now when it comes to contemplation, when it comes to honoring your feelings. And what I'm getting is honoring your worth. Something may have bogged you down where it has you questioning your own worth too. So we have to step back from that. We have to not allow ourselves to get too engulfed in an idea that we're not worthy of new things or good things. Something's happening here where we're peeling back the layers here. So let's continue to peel the layers back and see what comes out of this. I see those, are they like Russian dolls? I don't know if that's what they're called. I have one myself, but anyhow, it's like it keeps getting, it's like one after another. And that's exactly, it's like the layers are coming out. But as the layers coming out, it's not like we're ignoring it. It's just a part of us that has been an experience that, yes, we may have solidified, but we can move forward and move on. Now, the masks may be coming off too when it comes to identities with others, realizing the truth, realizing what may be an illusion that others try to weave around themselves or around you. But the thing is you have this innate knowing what is real and what is not. Let's continue and see what else. I would say another thing to watch out for is feeling rushed. Okay? Lies have speed, truth endures. Don't feel that you have to rush into things. Oh, there's going to be a way out. Now, you may be offering someone, or maybe letting go of a situation, or vice versa. Someone may be offering you a way out. Take it, You don't know until you experience some type of release, detachment. What I see is this person has been responsible for another here or others. Now, whether it's a person, this butterflies that I'm going to show you, or maybe it's something you've been caring for, and maybe it's just run its course, right? And so this person has been taking care of this butterfly, but they know deep down that this butterfly can't really thrive living in a cage. And so there may be sadness because we may have enjoyed, taking care of this butterfly. But what belongs to you will always return. But also, Cancer, pay attention. This is about you. This is about you. This is you. This butterfly is you. This is a mirror, perhaps, of you or someone, but this is you. You're meant to fly here. You're not meant to feel burdened and restricted. So as you start delegating, know that the cage is opening up for you, that you may not have realized maybe that, we built around ourselves. So if a way for you to get out of something or, whatever it is, take it. Reclaim or claim your independence. Don't feel like you have to follow the crowd either. There's something very healing and powerful going on with you and your circumstance right now as we speak. What else? Oh boy, yay. You have a powerful divine being, a divine guardian that has been with you since before you were born. In fact, this guardian angel is very vigilant over you, looking at you like a wonder, like a wonder of creation, right? Knowing that destiny is playing out in the way destiny is meant to be played out. But you have to go along your life knowing that you are divinely protected. But you know what? Look at this. It's kind of like interesting because this guardian angel, just like you've been a guardian angel for another or others. But when the time comes to allow that soul to experience what that soul is meant to experience without hovering, controlling, I mean, take this how you want to, either way, because I feel like we all go through life where we're either too controlling or we've been controlled. I mean, that's just part of experiencing relationships. But it might be, the best of intentions, right? But what happens if this guardian angel just wants to keep you trapped in that small little incubation? I don't know. What could we call this? Capsule? There's no room to grow. And so just like this guardian angel, the guardian angel hesitates, but knows that they have to allow you to breathe, to roam around, to experience the good and the bad, but to always know that you are safe no matter what. Because anytime there's going to be something that has to do with feeling lost or insecure, or maybe you feel like what's out of your control that you want to control, well, you can give it up to the heavens here. Your guardian angel is offering you great protection and guidance and wants you to know that no matter how old you are or how young you are, you've been watched over, vigilant, or how do I say that? Vigilant? I don't know if I can even say that word. Anyways, they've been watching you in a vigilant manner because you're worth it. This is why Spirit wants you to know that you're also worth freedom for yourself too. What else? Oh my gosh, see? Look at this. My goodness, Cancer, taking care of others. Let others take care of you. Try to stop doing everything by yourself. I know that feeling too. And sometimes what happens though is that we have to do it in order to know that we don't want to do it. You know what I mean? Because we don't know sometimes what our limits are, or when something has just run its course. It can be hard to decipher that. Allow yourself the freedom to be nurtured and also nurture others. I see a baby here, so there's like a new life, something new. Look at the baby. Something new is coming. A new life, a new person perhaps. But either way, it's a very nurturing energy, and Spirit wants you to feel taken care of. While at the same time, yes, you are also someone who's taking care of others, but you can't take care of others when you are feeling worn down, bogged down, burnt out, depleted, tired, maybe even resentful. That happens when we get too overburdened. You have a beautiful gift of nurturing and healing others. Spirit's showing you how to nurture and care for the right situations and the right people. What else? And now there's a lot about, analyzing things, self-analysis, having that awareness. You are waiting for the perfect timing of something. So it's really important right now not to feel rushed into something. I mean, the only thing that I would say to rush is just living your joy, delegate. But the perfect time, it's going to happen. You've already put that fishing line down. If you can see that ballerina has a fishing line. You've already put that fishing line down. Now, we're just waiting for the perfect time. In the meantime, what we're doing is taking control of our energy, taking the time to restore our faith, our energy, giving ourselves time to maybe identify things that have been going on in oneself or the world or others, so that we can come to a conclusion here and take what works and get rid of what doesn't. But there is something important with not fighting against time here. What else? Now, you know, this misleading illusion could also be you trying to do everything by yourself. Oh, look at that. Solitude, isolation, loneliness. Some of you, this could be a negative or a positive, depending on where you're at, depending on how we're utilizing that solitude time. Because I know what it can feel like if we're in solitude, we might be feeling lonely. But by feeling lonely, we're feeling restrictive. We're feeling not so infinite. And Spirit wants you to step out of that, to see as solitude or alone time as time to get to know yourself better, a time to get to know the heavens better. And you have no choice but to wait for that perfect timing. Let's get more about this solitude and isolation. What's important for Cancer to know about this solitude? There may be something with attitude as well. Okay, look at that. Well, yeah, see, we need to be, I feel like we need to be careful here. You know, risks, choices, and consequences. And this is something that is important to also take time to review, you know, how life is working out for you. Because we all go through choices every single day. All day long, we're, you know, confronted with choices and consequences. So we have to weigh out the pros and cons of risks. That's why it's important not to do something hastily or to not feel, you know, rushed by something or someone, because it could be too risky and it's not going to serve you for the best outcome here. So we got to wait. We just got to wait for something here. What else? We have infatuation, attraction, magnetism. Okay, I was picking something up earlier. I don't know, Lenny. I don't know if Lenny's on one of the cards. Okay, there was something here. Maybe it's this misleading illusion here. Because there may be, you know, something that could be pulling you, right? Oh, it's this risk. Okay, it wasn't Lenny Lane. I was just gonna make sure, but it is this choice card here. But is he on a card? I don't know. His little, he's like not easy to move. Okay, look at this. Okay. This is where we have to watch for things. You know, got the Venus flytrap, right? And the Venus flytrap is made to attract bugs inside of it. But then what happens? It closes up on us. So we got to be careful with that, right? Because infatuation can turn into risky choices, you know? So we don't want to be led by infatuation. We want to be led by passion, attraction, you know, not where it feels like we're going to have to confront a severe consequence from it. But I'm going to get more about this attraction and magnetism. I mean, I definitely know that is you. You've got a very alluring and attractive energy about you. And this is why you also need to be careful of not getting too overwhelmed by things or people, okay? I want to get more about this. What's important for Cancer to know? Okay, you are attracting you're magnetizing and attracting some type of group or community, or maybe it's like just, you know, maybe one other person or just a family here, you know, moving gracefully with these other swans. So Spirit is saying, just find your rhythm. You might be feeling like you don't belong, but you actually do belong. You're just getting used to something. Okay, Cancer, and it's going to take time. You know, feeling good and feeling joyful, feeling confident, feeling magnetism, it does take some time. And it's not all the time that we're feeling in our full power. This is why it's important to, honor your energy levels as well. But Spirit is saying there's something that may be very attractive, like you. Just follow that energy. But I still want to put this out there, Cancer. Something may be going on here, okay, where you've already made this transition. And it's like, again, there may be this like temptation to go into something that maybe we don't want to go into or open up. Okay, so just watch out for that. Look for things where you feel unified, where you have shared values, visions from your standpoint now, common goals. Okay, that's going to be the secret. And that might help you decipher, good attraction versus bad attraction. Risky, is it worth the risk or is it too risky? Again, the best thing to do right now is to give into this time period of solitude. Now, some of you, you're having a hard time finding that solitude because you're overwhelmed. And so this is the missing piece to the other things that you might be feeling out of sorts with. What else for Cancer? Okay, I'm going to have to move Mr. Lenny here. Oh, see, I had a feeling that you do feel alone, even if you are surrounded by people, because you have a very deep, a very deep soul. Like, I don't even know where your soul ends and begins, to be honest with you, because it's like you're deep, and the thing is that you might feel so deep, or you might feel, you just might feel like you don't belong. And that is an illusion. People, the world needs souls like you. They need people to be different. They need people to step out of the box, so to speak. But just know that you're never alone. And also, when it comes to a companionship, you're going to get exactly what you need and want. Know this. Lenny decided to move. Okay. You okay, Lenny? He's just like not moving here. Let's kind of see if we can move you over here. Okay, good boy. Ooh. Ooh. You're destined for gifts and abilities and abundance. You do have spiritual gifts. I know some of you already know this, but also know that they expand, that they enhance, that they evolve. Thank you, Razel, for helping me channel my gifts and talents. Again, we have to make room for that though too, right? So make sure you're making time for this. Another reason why a lot of you feel alone in the world is because you're meant to cultivate your spiritual gifts without it being infiltrated and influenced by low vibrational frequencies. Okay. Oh, this card just fell out. There's always enough. Look at this koi fish. Believe that you're always provided for. And talking about the koi fish, look at that. Doesn't that look like koi fishes down there too, you guys? Come on, look at that. Look at what in the world? Yes, it is. Oh, see, there's always enough. What else? Okay, there is something strong about a destined connection. And yes, you have talents and gifts and spiritual connections in the unseen and the seen. It's only a matter of time, too, before you really get to touch and feel perhaps a spiritual bond. Now, someone is making contact with you. I don't know if this is a person that is in the physical or the non-physical, but be open to experiencing something brand new as far as opening up your heart, opening up a desire or new desires. The more that you allow your spiritual gifts to unfold, the closer you get to a stronger spiritual bond or bonds. What else? Oh my goodness. Take the lead, baby. Take the lead. Know that you're going to thrive. You're destined to thrive because you're willing to persevere. So stag spirit is also signifying great spiritual protection. Oh, okay. Spirit also wants me to tell you that the void will be filled. Fill that void right now with other things that gives you pleasure, that gives you joy. Now that might be hard because sometimes it's hard to get out of a routine and habit and, whatever that we're feeling bogged down by perhaps. And again, making room to upgrade yourself or promote yourself or your status, which means you've got to learn to be the boss here, right? If you're not already the boss. What else? And I do feel that you might be influenced by flowers, beautifying things possibly with flowers, or just things that are beautiful, maybe things that are in nature that inspires you. A rebirth is assured. So you're doing the first part, you're taking the lead, and then allow everything else to follow. If you need time alone, do it. Don't ask, do it, Know that your rebirth is assured. This is why it's important for, that perfect timing. We're waiting for that right timing. Right now, just kind of go along with things, Just go along with things. I do feel a lot of you Cancers might feel unseen right now. There may be a divine reason for that. What else? Yeah, okay. I do feel that we're having a hard time trusting in magic. Just depends on, where you're at with that moon energy. Trust in the magic though. We've got the white raven spirit. How often do you see a white raven? It's rare. You're rare. Your conditions, your destiny is rare. This is why you've got a fierce protector that is making sure nothing happens to you. You have powerful gifts and abilities. Don't underestimate yourself, Cancer. Don't underestimate the magic in life. Start delegating. Get these things off of your back as much as you can. Now, you may need to go slow with that, and that's okay. One thing at a time. And as you do, your life will start to unfold magically. But it is your job to believe. There are things that are unexplainable all the time in this world. Try to find those unexplainable times. Try to remember some unexplainable moments and bask in that. When life becomes predictable, life will become very boring. And the heavens know this. So let's not fall into the trap that we gotta do everything like everybody else, predictable, right? What else? Oh yeah, you're never alone. Look at that guardian angel. Freedom is yours. Okay, the fact that the horse spirit is coming out, I just feel that that's really a strong indication that not only are you capable of claiming or reclaiming your power, but you're in the driver's seat of your own life. Yes, and backed by spirit and backed by a fierce guardian angel here. Because horse spirit to me, in tarot, the two horses, the chariot is your zodiac, is also associated with your zodiac sign. Now we have a white horse here. So in tarot, because I'm not working with tarot, but in tarot, we've got the black and we've got the white horse. Yeah, you got to take a masculine approach here when it comes to freedom is yours by just standing firm. Be firm and unwavering in your decisions when it comes to your own rebirth, delegating, choosing more freedom in your life. Because you deserve it. What else? Okay, I feel like okay, there's something strong here with this freedom is yours because there's going to be an experience here where you're going to find yourself in a new energy. Like it's different. It's like you really have honored your own independence, and it's not only that, you're honoring other people's independence, other people, other animals, whatever we have to live among, right? Because the world is full of, not just humans, we got all kinds of things, extraterrestrial even. But anyhow, oh God, where was I going with that? Where was I going with that? Oh no, I had a good point too. We're living on my, okay, well, I'll just see if it comes back. Anyhow, be here and now. Yeah, this is your point of power. Sometimes we do have to be reminded. This is why it's important to just to find the little joys in life, or maybe it's about simplifying. Be here and now. Don't let the distractions of life to rob you from joy, from feeling light. This is your freedom. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. Now, I knew it was going to come back. So it's like, you found your own independence, right? And so then it's like when you come up against whatever living thing, person, most likely, other people, animals, as you really own your independence, you come into a place where it's hard to ignore the attractiveness, and you literally just attract companions to run alongside of you if that's what you want. But they're doing it on their own accord, which puts it on a whole other different level, a respect level. Because you're doing what you want on your own accord, they're doing what they want on their own accord, but yet you're both in unison with one another. Family, friends, community, a lover, whatever it is. And so it's a different feeling. What else? Be at peace. Be peace. Because this is part of your spiritual gift. When you just cultivate or be in the state of surrendering to peace, you put a ripple effect out into the world. You're also saying, I'm worthy of peace. I'm worthy to live my joy. I'm worthy to feel abundant, to feel taken care of. Be peace, know peace, and peace is yours. What else? Speak your truth. I knew this was good. Okay, I was talking about this at the beginning with that delegating. Because some of you, not all of you, it may be hard for you to kind of, step up and really demand things. Now, I would also say don't assume others are picking up on your thoughts, okay? I feel like water signs might have a harder time with this because Because there's almost something like, you think that people should just automatically know sometimes what you need or what you want, but they don't always, okay? Because everybody's living in their own damn world. Anyhow, speak your truth. When it comes to these things that you want to teach or express or to just pass on, say it. You have a lot that you have learned, that you've come into your own. Spirit is saying you're in this position where whatever you need to say, it will be heard. So speak your truth. There may be something where you are demanding honesty, or you're just demanding, and I wouldn't say like demanding in a way where you're being pushy, but where you're not going to be pushed, or I don't know, feel that you're being pushed over or maybe pushed to the side. It's now I need this. Can you do this for me? Now, I would say if you're going to do this, and you should, because Spirit's already telling you that you've earned a higher position in life, which means we have to get rid of old patterns and behaviors that we were once used to, but it's becoming a burden for you though. And so you'll be glad to release these. But you're in the position where you have something to say, and people need to hear what you have to say, Cancer. This is part of your spiritual gifts. What else? Your inner voice is speaking to you loud and clear. The angels are guiding you through your inner voice. But you may be distracted, or watch out for things, right? Or maybe that infatuation with something or someone, because we have to pay attention to our inner being, our inner voice. The angels are truly guiding you. They're sending you all kinds of divine messages, divine nudges. So let's get a little bit more about this inner voice for you. For Cancer, let's get more about this. Oh boy, yeah, sometimes life sings. Okay, wow. That's kind of interesting. Who was the zodiac sign before you? Was it Taurus? I think it was Taurus. No, not Taurus. It was Leo. Leo, I felt like had something about life stinging them too. Okay, whatever stung you, and that's interesting. I was talking about the 10 of Wands, and like that's a card of feeling burnt, right? Yeah, we got burnt by something here. So yeah, sometimes life stings, but you're being helped, you're being guided here. Now, this is also important to honor your feelings, okay? They're there for a reason. We have all kinds of feelings, and it's important to just honor them, to allow them to just be. We're not changing it. What else? Yeah, look at this, turning knowledge into wisdom. This is why you have much to say, or you will, so don't hesitate. You're teaching others. So you've turned knowledge into wisdom. When we turn knowledge into wisdom, now we can move forward in a way that is more profound and powerful. And we also have inner and outer sight. We know what's up ahead because we know what we left behind. And what's up ahead is things that are sweet for you. Sweet results await. You've turned something around here. You turned that sting around, or that you got stung and you turn it around. Does it sound kind of weird? You got stung, or you got stung and you turn it around. Yeah, that sounds better. Okay, what else? Be loyal to what you love. This is also important to not to or to understand your own limitations. We don't want something that you love to become, something that you have to do and then you feel burnt out by it. So this might be a time where you're rededicating yourself, or I should say recommitting, or maybe just stay loyal to what it is that you love. Make up your mind now to live by these rules. Because I do see that you are going to be doing exactly what you love to do, because you're in tune with what's happening in the spiritual realm and with you. And so Spirit is gifting you opportunities to help fill in anything that you feel is a void too. What else? Nope, that is it. So let's find out from Spirit how Spirit is currently helping you, Cancer. How is Spirit currently helping Cancer? Laying a solid foundation, using your resources wisely, and being able to build upon what you've already worked so hard at. We're waiting for that perfect timing. You've done what you've needed to do, and Spirit is helping you to continue to lay a solid foundation or a new one so that you can go forward confidently here, right? Knowing that you are going to thrive. Now, before we end the reading, let's find out what you have to look forward to in the near future. What does Cancer have to look forward to in the near future? Using your mind wisely. Yeah, because you've turned knowledge into wisdom. And now we have clarity. You want to know why? Because you've honored your feelings. And so your feelings aren't getting mixed up with overthinking, overstressing, overanalyzing. Now we're feeling clarity. Now we're feeling free. And by the way, there may be something big with abundance here, because pigs represent fortune. And I am seeing something about having a good savings account. Okay, so stay dedicated. You will have the savings account that you want. Okay, take a leap of faith. When opportunity knocks, take a leap of faith. And look at this. You're already practicing doing that by living your joy. And so when you are ready, you won't even know that it's taking a leap of faith because you just bounced into it. But some type of new opportunity is happening here. And, I see that you're using discernment wisely. So you know exactly what you want to take a leap of faith on, because you also know this is going to be a good risk with a good consequence. All right. Now, I hope that this was helpful for you, Cancer. Love and light. Take care.